What's up, guys? So Loki season 2 is officially here and released on Disney Plus with the return of Loki, Mobius Hunter B15, and the rest of the gang, and even with the TVA and with everything that is at stake, especially in this new season, and even with the first episode that is finally here, and we definitely get to see what those stakes are as we head into this new season, and what we're about to be in store for, as everything is in high stakes, and even continuing right after the first season left off, and so much more as well. And so this will be my full spoiler review for Loki season 2 episode 1, and go over everything that you might have missed, and explain, and plus go over the post credit scene and what my predictions and theories are for what we're about to head into, for what we're in store for the new season of Loki as well. And so if you're new here, then be sure to subscribe and click the bell so we saw videos like this. So let's get into it. And now, I just really like how they kicked off this new season by showing the statue of King, but because where we last left off Loki at the end of season 1, he was looking at a statue of King in an alternate version of the TVA where Mobius Hunter B15 don't know him, and this was a great and fantastic way to open up the new season of Loki. And then we see Loki and being chased down by Mobius and Hunter B15 as they're running over the TVA as they're trying to hunt out Loki, and even with these TVA officers are trying to prune this variant of Loki. As you see, he's in an alternate version of the TVA, and even with Loki trying to get Mobius to notice who he is, but he doesn't know him, and they were trying to prune him. And even as we see Mobius, Hunter B15 looking at all the branch timelines, and now they're all branched out, and they're all over the place, and even from what Sylvia had done, and what the consequences that come with that, and even with the Hunter B15 saying that there are people with lives on the timeline, and even with Casey and Loki having a conversation, and that with Casey that Loki thought that he was an intruder, but he is actually here to see Mobius now in the present day, and even to let Mobius know of what has happened, and even when since Loki and Sylvie visit he who remains in the Citadel at the end of time. And even with this moment right here, with Mobius that he mentions jet skis.
You know, the funny thing about jet skis, everyone thinks that it's a personal watercraft. And it's actually a brand.
And even back in season 1, we didn't see him at all on that jet ski, and even throughout the marketing, we saw Mobius working as a jet ski salesman or something like that, and even Mobius bring up jet skis, and hopefully that we got to see Mobius riding a jet ski at the end of this new season. And I mean, I'd be pretty upset that's happening, but hopefully it does. But I would love to see Mobius on that jet ski. And next, now we see Mobius and Hunter B15 going into the war room, and that is to discuss the truth about the TVA, what all has been revealed, and who built it, and even who has been controlling everything, and that's with King, or he who remains, of course. And even as we see Loki going into the war room, that we see many different variants of King on the wall, and then we hear Loki on the tape somewhere in the war room, and that is revealing the truth about the timekeepers. They didn't create them, they're all variants, and they just pulled them from the timeline, and they're even trying to discuss it with the war room, and that is with the truth about the TVA. Another thing that I want to point out is that we hear also on those tapes it is with King talking to Renslayer, because in the comics King is Renslayer's love interest, and that we see and we hear King's voice on the tape, and that this could be taking place in the past. And even Loki revealing King to everyone, and even with him telling everyone about who has built the TVA, and who took all their lives from the timeline, and even with just seeing the scene right here, it just felt high stakes for what we're about to be in store for, with King who's behind everything with the TVA, and letting all of his variants let loose, and even with Loki telling Mobius everything about what has happened, even with Loki Loki and Sylvie that they found he remains at the Citadel at the end of time, and with Alioth, and even with everything that we saw from the first season, and with Loki telling Mobius everything, and now with Loki and Mobius, they're now aware of King's return. And next, as we see Mobius that is noticing Loki that is time slipping, and they need a way to fix that, and they go to Obi-Wan character, and we have found out what his full name is actually Ouroboros, as actually the name of this episode, and even with this episode that is like around this character who works in TVA repairs, that can actually help Loki with his time slipping, and that they go to him in TVA repairs, and that with Obi, and that he comes out with a solution that will probably help Loki with his time slipping, and even when Loki and Obi actually talk like in the past, and with a simple solution, they had to use like an extractor, and even go into the temporal loom, and even with the extractor that I could pull Loki out of the time stream, and that I can like take him from every thread in time and space. So everything that has happened, even to prevent Venom from time slipping, and even with everything that's happening, and even with the extractor. Even with the consequences that come from this, even with Loki that is time slipping, because he ended up in an alternate version of the TVA, but he ended up in the present, and that's what caused him to like being pulled like through like many different threads of time, and even so like that there's gonna be a big stuff that come with that. And now, even with this scene right here, when Loki, Mobius, Hunter, B-18, and Obi are going to the temporal loom, and we see the sun Easter egg that is cutting to something about like that is coming in the near future of the MCU, and that is with this X on the door. It kind of reminds us probably like the first X-Men. So this is clearly a confirmation and sign that the X-Men are coming to the future of the MCU, especially with the film that's in development, and even with this hidden X-Men Easter egg in the first episode of this second season, definitely confirms that. And from there, when how the rest of this episode plays out and how it ends, it is with Mobius going on to the temporal loom with the extractor to extract Loki from the time stream, and to even stop his time slipping, and even so with Obi saying that they have 5 minutes to do this, so that they don't have long, or else the door will shut, and with Mobius and the has suit, and the skin will peel off, and even with Loki as looking at like the stopwatch with the time that is running out, and then we get a certain appearance by Sylvie. Even with that, it causes the TVA to now go after Sylvie, because she is responsible for everything that's happening within the TVA when she killed He Who Remains, and while the timelines they're all branched out. The episode ends with Mobius surviving, and even Loki that has mainly stopped his time slipping. With my main takeaway on this, and this perfectly establishes for what I'm about to be in store for the new season of Loki, with Q8-1's character being introduced as Obi in a TV repairs, and even with Loki warning Mobius, and that with countless variants of King that are coming, and that war is coming as well, and everyone is in danger. I mean, everything is in high stakes, and I just really enjoyed it for what it's had to offer. And now, there is a post-credit scene at the end of the first episode, so let's talk about it. And so, in the post-credit scene, we see Sylvie in Oklahoma in 1982, and now the last time that we saw Sylvie at the end of season 1, she killed He Who Remains, and that's what made all the timelines branch out, and we see her in like the past, and then we see her going into a McDonald's, and that's how like we see her in the new season working there as like she was asking to try everything, and that's why we see her working at in McDonald's. And for what my prediction is for what's about to go down, especially in later episodes, and even with Loki as going to ask for Sylvie's help, and even to stop this war that's happened, and now with the variants of King that are coming. And yeah, so my final thoughts are that the new season of Loki is off to a great start, especially as it establishes immediately after the events of season 1, even with Loki warning everyone in the TVA that with many variants of King that are coming, and even with everyone learning the truth about the TVA, and even with King, and that with countless variants of King that are now coming, and even obviously Loki is obviously going to ask Sylvia for help, and even with the Mobius Hunter BOT involved as well, especially with Obi, Kiwi Kwan's character, and this all establishes everything that we need to know, and even as we're about to get into the new season, and even like I'm excited to see for what the future holds for the rest of the MCU, but everything is established big, and this season is off to a great start, and I can't wait for the next one as well. And so that is going to be the first video. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Know what your thoughts on Loki season 2 episode 1 if you see the episode, and give me a rating to 1 out of 10. Give this video a like and subscribe and turn on notifications about future videos, and also follow my social, which are linked down below. And with that, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.